And to respond to the challenges of international competition that we face here too, we want to act hand in hand. This applies to the American tariffs for a united European response and an outcome, a balanced outcome that will respect our interests. This justifies even more that we advance in Europe on our own competitiveness agenda. And so, beyond the promised 3 days, which will no doubt not be respected as before, will finally, is the Russian president serious? Is he finally deciding to keep his word? Particularly the one given in discussions with American administrations. That's what matters to us. In any case, we will be there to support this 30-day ceasefire and build a robust and lasting peace by taking our responsibilities. And we are coordinating very closely. As for the Gaza Strip, which you mentioned, we have had a very clear position from the beginning. We stood with Israel on October 7th and condemned the terrorist attack by Hamas. We are fighting tirelessly for the release of all hostages, but also because Israel is a democracy, and because we have principles that are our own, and because we cannot have double standards and be so committed in Ukraine to the principles of people's rights, precisely to have their own territory and sovereignty. We should not have double standards when it comes to Gaza. And so, fighting against a terrorist group like Hamas, yes, but not respecting any humanitarian rules, and maintain the situation in Gaza, no. And this situation is unacceptable, just as forced population displacements are an unacceptable response, Mr. Chancellor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
This is why Emmanuel Macron and I have agreed on a German-French New Start for Europe. We will invigorate the German-French friendship and will continue our cooperation on all levels, deepen. And we will also develop new formats, such as, for example, and further develop them, like the E3 process and the Weimar Triangle. We will jointly take measures to further expand Europe's security and defense capabilities, and further strengthen the European pillar within NATO. This also includes bilateral armaments cooperations, which we will deepen and accelerate, as well as cooperation with our European partners. President Emmanuel Macron and I have also agreed to further strengthen the Franco-German Defense and Security Council. In the future, we want to support our coordinate Ukraine even better, align our national defense planning and procurement projects more closely, and also provide new answers to strategic questions of security and defense policy.
Can you perhaps tell us in which cases...
Before a lasting ceasefire and such an agreement with Russia have been reached, we can discuss the extent of the security guarantees we provide to Ukraine. Cannot provide any information because we simply do not know the conditions yet. From my perspective, from our perspective, it remains important that the United States of America remain involved in this process and also in a later security guarantee for Ukraine. Above all, it must be ensured that this war is ended and that it is permanently ended, not just promised for the upcoming weekend for only a few days. But once again, there is also a humanitarian obligation of the Israeli government towards the unaffected civilian population, the children, the elderly, the men and women who are in the Gaza Strip under this terror. The Hamas suffer just as much as the country of Israel in recent years, especially since the 7th of October in the year 2023. So Israel must take this responsibility seriously. I also mean to say more seriously than in the past few days. The French president and I agree. We view the conflicts between these two nuclear powers last night with the greatest concern. Now more than ever, it is necessary to keep a cool head. Composure and reason are needed. No one in the region should have an interest in further escalation.